Hi, everyone. You're still with us here on the C Morning Show, and we're well past the halfway point of our program, which is leading us into our first discussion of the day. And for this one, we have a heartwarming story of a talented young girl who is making waves in the world of art with her incredible artistic skills.
Yes, you probably can see later, but her artwork is truly awe-inspiring. It's so beautiful as she showcases a level of skill and creativity. And even today in our studio's plasma shows her art that is, created by Jaimee.
It's all around us.
It's all around us.
There you go. And joining us this morning is the young and talented young lady. She is a visual artist. Her name is Jaimee Maulana, and she will share her story and achievements in visual arts. Good morning, Jaimee. Thank you for being here.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So good to have you. Having your artwork around us is certainly brightening up the studio.
Yes.
But
I'm also wearing my own art.
Oh, that's right. I just noticed that's what we're seeing here.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That is amazing.
So let's rewind a little bit before we talk about your pieces of art. When did this all start for you? Because right now you're 15. When did you first started to realize that I love art?
Well, honestly, I don't exactly remember how old I was when I started doing and loving art, but from what my parents told me, I started when I was 2 years old.
Is that right?
Wow.
Yeah.
So you just were like scribbling, you just had this interest of creating.
I don't know, I always preferred art supplies. Me and my family would always go to the mall, and I would always prefer art supplies over toys.
Oh,
Wow, I guess you have it in you.
Yeah,
So do you remember your first art, and what are you inspired by?
Well, honestly, I don't remember my very first artwork, but I do remember my earliest, which is a painting of a rainbow, but the colors are not in order. So they're just I just put the colors randomly because at the time I just wanted to experiment with different kinds of colors and shading, and it was always really fun.
That always shows that if somebody can think outside of the box or not. You're not drawing things the way things normally are drawn. So now that you started to get this interest, you started developing, and art is so full of variety. There's scribbles, doodling, drawings, or you can use paints, you can use markers or crayons, and all sorts of different tools. So what sort of arts are you interested in, visual art?
Well, I'm into abstract art, but I also like to do doodle art. And I mostly use paints. I always use mostly acrylic, but I also like to try different kinds of techniques, like with scraping. And
What's scraping?
which is basically you use a palette knife.
Oh,
and
right.
then you scrape it on the canvas.
Okay, cool.
And I also like to use markers sometimes, but lately I've been doing digital art.
Oh,
I've been learning how to use Adobe Illustrator. Well, at the time when I was little, for most of my artworks, my mom helped me with rearranging and layouting. But now that I've gotten older, I can just draw digitally and I can do things on my own.
So let's talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you see as some of the benefits of doing art digitally? Do you find that it's more advantageous because you can do more things with it, or do you find that it has less of a organic art feel because you're doing everything by computer?
Well, at the time, I was not really allowed to use digital art yet because I would get too attached to the digital way. And
Like a gadget, you'll have to be on a computer for hours.
But now that I am 15 and I go to a school that really focuses on your interests, on your art. I go to a vocational school, and they teach us how to use Adobe Illustrator and many kinds of other digital apps. And since we have to make stuff like portfolios, art portfolios mostly, or some fashion design or digital design, graphic design, we have to learn how to use digital art. So that's really important for me.
We also heard that you started to share your artwork on social media.
Yeah.
So how did it start? Tell us the story.
Well, that's a really good question because I actually have a really funny story. So it all started in 5th grade when I was going through a phase where I didn't really like school, where I didn't really like math.
Welcome to every kid's life.
Yeah. And instead of taking notes of the math questions and the math tests, no, not tests, but instead I would draw in class. And my teacher would take a picture of me drawing and would send it to my mom and telling her like, hey, Jaimee is not taking notes, she's drawing. Yeah, I did. And when I got home, my mom would look through my notebook and would see all of my drawings. And she took a picture of it and started posting them on social media. And that's how it all started, really.
Okay. What was the feedback like? I mean, obviously there had to be some good feedback.
Yeah, there were a lot of people really liked it. My teacher also really liked the drawings.
Despite her reporting.
Yeah.
But it's great that you're surrounded by people who supported you, right?
Yes,
Your
that's really
teachers, your
great.
parents. And are you now allowed to handle your own social media now, or is it still by your mom?
Yes, I do handle my own social media, but since I'm very busy with some work and some school, sometimes my mom helps me with handling
That
it.
is so nice. That's what I say. Like sometimes, you know, you get that phone call from school, and it turns out it's a blessing in disguise because you've discovered that your child has perhaps have a hidden talent.
Yeah.
Now that that talent is not so hidden, could you perhaps share with us? I know we're seeing pieces around us here, behind us here, that one that you're wearing. Could you explain a little bit about the one that you're wearing, and then perhaps some of your other pieces?
So the one I'm wearing is actually really cool because when I drew this, it's actually reflected. So I only drew half of it.
Oh, it's symmetrical. Oh, wow, it is.
And then
Yeah.
I flipped it. Oh, not flipped, I reflected it. And this is a wayang drawing, and it's about the beauty of Indonesia.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because I was thinking this looks like a little bit of cultural.
Yeah, it does, right?
Right? Indonesia.
So you incorporated elements into there?
Yes, such as there are lots of mountains in
Yes.
Indonesia, and nature, and flowers, a lot of florals here. So yeah, that's really good.
Oh, that's right. The peak of that is the mountain. That's very true. All right, so what else do you have here? Perhaps you could show us some of your example.
Okay, do you mind if I get out?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's have a
Okay.
look.
So first we have, this is really interesting.
Scarf?
Yes.
Oh, was this
It's
what
a
you were drawing in class?
It looks like a math thingy.
Well, no, it's not the one I drew in class, but I was sort of inspired by it. Since I'm not really good at multiplication, even until now. So, and we weren't really allowed to cheat, so I just drew a math chart, and then I thought it would be cool to like make it into something. I made a
You know what?
notebook
It's a times table.
with it. Yes,
It is.
And I would.
So
and I
this would be
wear
your
this
cheat
scarf.
sheet, sort of.
Yeah, I would wear this to school, and just when I don't know the answer, I would just look at it and.
Right.
You're actually allowed to have a times table at school. I found out. I checked because I made one for my kid as well. I should just bought her the scarf.
But this is such a good sentimental piece because it
very cute.
has a lot of story, like personal story from your end as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Right. So when you create something like this, like the clothing pieces, are you drawing it digitally and then you have it printed, screen printed, or how's that work?
No, I actually drew this on a regular piece of paper.
Oh, directly? Oh, wow.
Oh.
And then after that, I took a picture of it and scanned it. And I believe I was about 10 when I made this. I was in 5th grade.
Oh, that's amazing.
And at the time, I didn't really know how to use digital art, so my mom helped me make the layout for the scarf. Like,
So it's crazy because these like what you seemingly simple things to draw. Like I couldn't draw a pencil that looks like that.
Yes.
It's got a lot of character.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very cute. You know what I mean? Like if I draw a pencil, it looks dumb.
Yeah.
So yeah, very cool. I see the globe there, the pencil sharpener, the old school classic
yes,
sharpener.
there's a lot of elements that
Yeah.
represent
Yeah.
school and
Little bag,
education.
bottle of milk.
Aw,
Cute.
nice. So what else in there?
Okay, so
You can put it back.
So here, first we have, I'm gonna show you this drawing. This is just a random doodle I made. I just wanted to doodle, and I thought it would be cool to make a shirt out of it. So,
Oh,
made
wow.
this top.
By the way, I really love this doodle, and it's
you so
amazing that it's like being printed in a. Is it like a scarf as well, or
No,
it's a shirt?
it's a shirt. This is the
Oh, look at that. Yeah, it goes over here. It's kind of
and
like
this-
something
these
you're
are the
wearing.
sleeves.
Similar
And-
to what you're wearing as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, pretty similar, but this one has a train.
Right.
It's
So what's the story behind this one?
yeah.
Well, actually, this is pretty much untitled. I just wanted to like pour anything into my paper,
Very neat.
but sometimes feelings can't be said, or it can only be drawn.
Very true. Okay.
And-
What's in this box, by the way? I'm seeing
Oh,
a box
wow.
here. Oh, is this? Oh, this is another piece. This is so. This is something with a similar design to what you're wearing.
Yes.
Okay.
And for this drawing, at the time, since I still did not know how to do digital art, my mom, I would never let my mom fix any colors or any shapes or drawings. So this drawing turned into a shopping bag.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
That's
It's the
amazing.
exact drawing.
that is such a cute shopping bag, you know, because we need this for our grocery shopping,
Yeah.
right?
I would
use any
proudly
plastic
bring that to the
anymore.
grocery
Exactly,
store, right?
exactly.
All right. So your artwork has appeared on not just that bag, but this as well. What is this? Because this is a collaboration with you.
Yes,
That's your
this-
name on there.
Yes, this
That
is
is
a
so cool.
collaboration with Wheelio, a brand, and yeah, basically I started doing, since I started posting a lot of my artworks on Instagram, a lot of people and brands reached out to me saying that they wanted to collaborate. So basically everything that happened came from Instagram.
Oh, that is
'Cause
amazing. The
since-
power of social media,
Yeah,
right?
since I started posting my artworks and my experiences, it really helped me get a lot of collaborations.
That is so cool, and I love how I mean, it's very bright. Your artwork really pops.
Yeah.
But what this actually shows me is that have a seat, by the way.
okay.
So what this actually shows me is that there's a future in this. Obviously, you've considered this because your skills are very marketable. There are people who want your services. Where do you see yourself in the future? Because obviously the future is still very bright and a few years away still for you. Do you see
Yeah.
yourself with a future in art, and how?
Well, actually, I really want, the way I see myself in the future is that I want my art to have an impact on many things, such as like maybe women's rights or basically, yeah, mostly women's rights, because I love drawing about gender equality. So I feel like that is how I express my thoughts on women's rights.
Where can everybody find you? What's your social media handle?
You can find me on Jaimee.Maulana on Instagram. So.
Right. I'm sure you're a great follow because you're certainly a wonderful and talented young lady who has a lot to offer the world. So we wish you nothing but the greatest success for you in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
it's been great chatting with you.
Yes.
All right.
All right, now let's take another break. But when we come back, we'll have more updates from around the world. Stay tuned.